That's the first time I've ever said that publicly.
I know these stories are based on cases that really happened. You change a couple things here and there.
They changed everything. The cases are real, but the details are all crazy. Tony Spera is a fraud, and it breaks my heart. That's the first time I've ever said that publicly. I'm unhappy about the fact that he is out there making people trust him, and he's leading them into danger. He's making people think it's safe for them to go into these locations and check out these things that he's got on display because he himself doesn't believe that they're dangerous. He talks about it as though they're dangerous until somebody actually dies. And then all of a sudden, no, they're not dangerous. For years, I've been very diplomatic about it, and I'm no longer willing to be diplomatic. Tony Spera married my mother. He wanted to be famous more than anything else in the world. He always has. He's never worked a case in his life, regardless of how famous he's become. He uses my cases as though he was the one that was there. The next movie, he's playing a part that should be about me being on that case. I'm in the book. There's an entire chapter called Chris Makes a Discovery. Not that this movie is going to reflect the book at all, and they never do. I would have happily never said a word for the rest of my life if they hadn't done something to endanger the public. It's bad enough he's calling himself an expert, especially without any experience whatsoever. The fact that he's proven he doesn't even believe in the paranormal because he's taking things on tour. Anybody with half a brain and just one experience would know you do not take Annabelle out of that box. He says that Ed Warren was the greatest man he ever knew. If that were true, he would have listened to him. I never met Dan Rivera, or if I did, I don't remember having met him. He didn't work with my grandparents. All I can say is, if I were his family, I wouldn't want his whole life to be boiled down to the guy who was killed by Annabelle. I would also want to say, no, Annabelle had nothing to do with it, because he was a man who served his country. He worked hard, his family. No one deserves to be remembered that way, as just a victim.
Have you ever, up until a few weeks ago, heard of Matt Rife?
No. It certainly took me by surprise. I know my grandmother asked everyone in the family what they wanted when she passed, but when she died, we were just told, no one gets anything. I mean, I wasn't looking for Annabelle, for God's sake.